Was good, ballers? It's Jim's balling back again with the Pigskin Pick'ems, the predictions for week 14. We're back with it. But before we can do week 14, we got to recap week 13. In a week that I went 13-3, which is actually pretty decent for me. 121 and 74 in the season, so pretty good week for me. Glad I had a good week. So the Lions was pretty easy pick, a bit of a closer game than it needed to be, but Lions still got the win. Cowboys, pretty easy win. Come on, no one has faith in the Giants, man. They're butt. The Packers at home in a cold game. The Dolphins always get cold dick. They get shriveled up dick and can't perform in the cold. So yeah, Packers pretty easy win. The Chiefs always keep these games close, but they always end up winning. So yeah, Chiefs pretty easy. Chargers, this was a pretty easy pick. It's kind of hard to have faith in the Falcons. So yeah. For the Patriots, I really thought they'd be able to get an upset. It's a game they probably should have won, but they gave up a 4th and goal and a 2-point conversion to lose, so that's tough. For the Seahawks, they kind of had some miscues, but they still hung on and able to beat the Jets, and the Jets are butt, so yeah. Next up, the Commanders just absolutely demolished the Titans. I mean, this is a game the Commanders should have won. They took care of business. Texans, I mean, this is a game they should have easily won against the Jaguars. Ended up being a little bit close in the score, but I mean, Texans still won. Steelers win there. This game was kind of 50-50, but I mean, the Bengals, they always end up losing. So yeah, Steelers win. Vikings, just hard to have faith in Cardinals and Kyler Murray in the second half of the season, so pretty easy pick there for the Vikings. The Saints, I really thought they'd be able to get a good upset. They maybe could have won this game, but a good win for the Rams. The Bucks, a lot closer game than it needed to be. Went to overtime, but I mean, Bucks still got to win. Really thought the Ravens would be able to win at home here, but some missed field goals and not playing the best. So yeah, good win for the Eagles. The Bills, I mean, 49ers season, they're done. So pretty easy pick there for the Bills. And a bit of a shootout here, but the Broncos, they take care of business. So pretty easy picks there. A lot of the picks weren't too hard, honestly. I tried to pick some upsets, and honestly, the upsets didn't really work out. Just seemed like picking the easy team seemed like the good pick there, but 13-3, still pretty good week. But now we're into week 14, starting off with a big Thursday night game. Packers at the Lions. I think I have to pick against the Lions here. Even as a Lions fan, it's just hard for me to have faith. Just how the defense looked in the second half of that Thanksgiving game against the Bears. The defense was not looking good, giving up a lot of points. The offense was not clicking as good as it has been, as it needs to be. If that offense can click really well, if the Lions can run the ball, Sonic and Knuckles, if they can run the ball really well, I think they should be able to win the game, but I don't know. I think the Packers will be able to just put up just enough points and stop the Lions offense just enough. And I think the Packers will be able to get an upset. I don't know. I feel like I just have to see the Lions defense be able to look really good again, just for me to have faith back in this Lions team. Just because of all the injuries, it's hard for me to have all that faith in the Lions right now. So I'm gonna go with the Packers, and I don't know, some of these division matchups, sometimes they just end up splitting them, and that's kind of how I feel like it's gonna go. Split the season series. Next up, we got the Jaguars at the Titans in the absolute booty bowl game that no one really cares about. Two completely ass teams. I mean, I couldn't care less who wins this game. I mean, both suck. I mean, this is just kind of a pick for, like, I don't know who's going to get a higher draft pick, I guess. But I mean, the Titans at home should be a pretty close game. I don't know about Trevor Lawrence. I don't know if he's playing or not. And just even if he is, seems like he's a little banged up. And I think just with the Titans at home, and I think they should be able to get the win here. Close game, close division game, but Titans get the win. Next up, we got the Jets at the Dolphins, and I just don't really have any faith in the Jets, honestly. The Jets are kind of butt, and the Dolphins, I don't know, they're back at home. They had a disappointing game against the Packers, and they don't really have too much to play for. I mean, they kind of need to win out for a chance to even make the playoffs. I think just with the Dolphins at home, and just I feel like they maybe have a little bit more to play for than the Jets do. Jets season's pretty much completely done. The Dolphins, I guess, maybe have a slightest little bit of hope, so I think the Dolphins should be able to win. Next up, damn, the Falcons at the Vikings. Kirk Cousins, can he get the revenge game against the Vikings? And I don't know. This is really tough to say. I think I'm just going to go with the Vikings here just because they're at home. I'd really like to pick the Falcons if Kirk Cousins was actually looking somewhat decent. I could kind of believe in the Falcons getting an upset, getting a good win that they need. I don't know, just with the Vikings at home and Kirk Cousins throwing 4 picks last week and the Falcons just super inconsistent, it's hard for me to have any faith in them. I mean, it'd be a good story, have a good upset against former team, but I think the Vikings just take care of business here. Next up, we got the Saints at the Giants. 2 not good teams, and it's just the Giants. I feel like they're the worst team in football, and I feel like they probably won't even win a game just the rest of the season. Like, if they win a game for the remainder of the season, it's going to be a win against the Saints here probably, because they're at home against a team that's not that good. Do we really believe in Tommy DeVito? Do we really have faith in the Giants to actually win a game? I don't. The Saints are still a pretty decent, well put together team, and they should be able to get the win here against an absolute butt Giants team. Next up, we got the Panthers at the Eagles. And man, I think I just got to go with the Eagles here. I mean, it'd be fun. It'd be kind of cool if Panthers got an upset. I mean, the Panthers have been looking better recently. Bryce Young's looking a little bit better, but they're still not a complete team. They're still ending up losing games, even if they're close. So, I mean, this might be a little bit closer than expected. It's probably not going to be like a win by 50 points by the Eagles or something. Might only win by like a couple scores, but yeah, I think the Eagles should be able to take care of business here. They're at home too, so yeah. Next up, the Browns at the Steelers. And will the Browns be able to upset the Steelers again? Can they do it? I think the Steelers should be able to take care of business here. Jameis Winston throwing 2 pick six last week. He'll probably throw 2 more this week. Just with the Steelers, I think they should be able to be looking good this week. Got a good division win last week, and I think they should get another one this week. They're at home. The Browns do have faith in Jameis Winston. I mean, maybe he can have a good game here or there, but he's throwing a lot of picks and he's not really that trustworthy. So I'm going to go with the Steelers here. Next up, we got the Raiders at the Bucks. Cross-conference game, Bucks at home. Bucks been looking better recently, looking to take care of their division, looking to win it. And I think they get the win here. Just Raiders, I don't have a lot of faith in them. They're one of the worst teams in the league, and the Bucks at home here, I think they easily just shit on the Raiders. Next up, we got the Seahawks at the Cardinals, and this is a game the Cardinals need to win. The Cardinals were in first place in the NFC West, but then they lost to the Seahawks, and the Seahawks been getting some wins recently, looking decent, and I think I have faith in the Seahawks to just keep winning. I have more faith in just the Seahawks defense looking really good recently. Geno Smith, I think if he can keep the turnovers down, should be able to get the win. And Kyler Murray's second half of the season struggles. It's kind of how it goes. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks here, get a good win. And I think they should probably win the NFC West. Next up, we got the Bills at the Rams. And I think I'm going to have to go with the Bills. I think the Bills have been looking like the best team in football right now. Just the way Josh Allen's playing, looking like MVP. Defense looking really solid. They're looking like a really complete team and looking like a hard team to beat. The Rams, they need a win. They're probably really desperate for a win. And I feel like they might play pretty well, pretty decently, make it a bit of a game. But just with how good the Bills are, the Bills should be able to win this one. Next up, we got the Bears at the 49ers. I don't think the name, the 49ers, just holds that much weight. Like, we came into the season thinking the 49ers would be one of the best teams in the league. Just with all the injuries and just how inconsistent they've looked. They have not been able to put things together, so it's hard for me to have faith in the 49ers. Caleb Williams has been kind of coming into his own recently, been looking better. And Chicago Bears been playing these games pretty close and losing these close games, but I think with Matt Eberflus getting fired, getting his shit kicked out, I think the Bears finally get a win. I think they get a good win here against the 49ers. And the 49ers, I mean, their season's pretty much over. Bears are just looking for like any little bit of hope. So I think they're more desperate for a win and they should get one. Also with CMC out, I mean, maybe if CMC was in and 49ers were a bit more healthy, then yeah, I'd pick them, but I'm going to go with the Bears. Next up, we got the Chargers at the Chiefs. And I really hope the Chargers win. I'm cheering them on, but the Chiefs, they always just end up winning. It's just some bullshit. They're probably going to win on like a blocked field goal again, or maybe they'll win off like a safety in overtime or some stupid shit like that. I don't know. the Chiefs will just barely be able to win again. You know how the Chiefs always do this, but I'm cheering on the Chargers. Hope they can get an upset, but the Chiefs they always win on some bullshit. In last game of the week, we got the Bengals at the Cowboys, and a bit crazy to see the records. The Bengals having a worse record than the Cowboys somehow. I don't know how that shit works, but the Bengals have been looking like a lot more competitive of a team, and I think just their offense is too high powered and should be able to score enough points against the Cowboys, and I think the Bengals will win this one. Cowboys been looking a little bit better, but the Cowboys are still pretty butt, so I think the Bengals should be able to win this one. Total points scored, I'm gonna go with 51. And those are my picks for this week. Hopefully we get another pretty good week. Cross my fingers. So thank you for watching. This has been Jim's Ballin', and I'll see you next time. Peace.